वेट करिए 5 मिनट डिपेंड हो गया
हेलो
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 हेलो हाँ जी यस यस
कपिल साहब आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ आवाज आ रही है राजेश जी आइए 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 सर आइए सर अभी म्यूट कर रहे हैं सबको सब लोग ज्वाइन हो रहे 5 मिनट खाली Shashwat sir, 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. We'll just start away.
Sure, sure. I'll let everybody join and then maybe we can start.
Yes, yeah, yeah. 5. Yes, yes, yes. 5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
Sure, sir.
Sir, there is no sound.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
हाँ हाँ
Yes. Can-
हाँ मोमिन सर
आ रहा है. हाँ, साउंड आ रहा है.
आ रहा है आ रहा है आ रहा है आ रहा है सर
Good evening to everybody. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Kapil bhai, presentation कौन से
प्रेजेंटेशन
कौन करने वाला है?
Okay, presentation will be
शाश्वत सर के
presentation will be by Harish and Sugam.
Okay. Harish Kumar.
Harish Kumar and Sugam.
Okay. Okay. I make them
Okay.
co-host. Sugam, na?
Host.
Sugam,
Co-host.
from which ID? Sugam.
Sugam, I think you need to rename your name. I think your name is not visible.
Yes, sir. Name is not visible.
Okay. 150 na? Your ID is.
Sugam, what's your given name, participant name?
150. Wait a minute. वो कर रहे हैं.
Hello, Sugam. Have you logged out?
Sugam?
Yeah. Just a second. I'm coordinating with him. Okay. His
150.
login name is 150.
Yeah. Okay. Understood. Yeah. Sugam, you also co-host now.
Is my voice audible? Sugam?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is audible.
Yeah, audible.
Okay, so have maximum people joined, Kapilji?
Yes, almost. People are joining. I suppose we shall start. Deepan bhai, we shall start.
Yes. We will start. We'll start.
Yes, we shall start. So, just want to welcome everybody from Minda team. Again on the second session. Yesterday it was a fantastic session. We got great feedback from our franchisee after the session, and it was great session. And hoping ahead to have the same kind of sessions and interactions and business deals going ahead. So we shall start. People are joining. So we welcome everybody. Our franchisee family team is also here, and everybody from Minda team is almost here. So yes, let us start.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Kapilji, and this. So for us to join you and give us the product trainings. So I would like to welcome all the franchisee members. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
welcome all
Thank you.
franchisee
Thank you, sir.
members
Thank you, sir.
for this
Thank you,
product
sir.
training. So as you are well aware, yesterday
Thank you,
we
sir. Yes.
had the product trainings for two of the major products. That was switches and lights. Today we'll be taking you through bulbs and halogens and blinkers, followed by horns. So the first would be bulbs and halogen and blinkers. So tentatively we'll be having 30 minutes time for that, followed with horns, which is also a major product, and everybody would be knowing of the horns, Minda horn. That will be further 30 minutes. So that's how we'll plan it. So now for bulbs and blinkers, we have Sugam Bansal, who is the product manager for these things, as well as he's also product manager for four-wheeler lights. But this being specifically for two-wheeler, so he'll be focusing all bulbs and blinkers. And the second part would be on horns, where it is handled by Harish Kumar, who is the product manager for your horns. So he'll be taking you through the whole two-wheeler horns. So Sugam,
Yes, sir.
I'll hand it over to you. Please take them through the training.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. First of all, good evening to everyone. Shashwat sir has already given introduction to me. So I am Sugam Bansal from the product management team, taking care of four-wheeler lighting, bulb and halogen, and blinker. So today we will discuss all about the blinker and bulb and halogen for two-wheeler segment. So starting with the content, what are we going to discuss? Firstly, the introduction to blinker assembly and components, blinker range and the market share of blinker, USP of Uno Minda blinker, blinker types and explanation of various type of indicators. Bulb, then after blinker we will proceed to bulbs, bulb introduction and types. Bulb and halogen range क्या है हमारे पास, explanation of various type of bulbs and the testing of bulbs. So this is the content that we are going to discuss today. So starting with the bulb and halogen, firstly the introduction to blinker assembly. What is blinker? So everybody is aware what are indicator. So whenever we have to take a turns, we give signals, and that gives in the signal, we give signal in the form of blinker. So this is the indicator for the blinker assembly. There are 4 blinkers in a two-wheeler: front left, front right, then rear left, and rear right. So there are 4 indicators in a two-wheeler. Next one, to blinker components. What are the components of blinker? What are the child parts in the indicators? So firstly, you can see bulb is there, then bulb holder, base at the bottom of the indicator, lens of the indicator, stay, wire, reflector. So what is the purpose of showing the components? Because apart from the normal indicator assembly or apart from complete blinker assembly, we are providing child part also. Like we are giving separate bulb also, we are giving separate stay also, we are giving stay a separate lens also. So that is why the purpose of showing this slide, that apart from the normal assembly, we are providing the child part also. And what are those child parts? What is the range of blinker do we have? If we talk about the category wise, so we can see the category wise, the biggest range we have in the normal indicator assembly, that are 243 part numbers, followed by universal indicator, LED 10 part numbers, colored indicator, stay, and lens. We will discuss each one of these in the upcoming slides. These are the category wise range. Then if you see the OEM wise range, the Hero, Bajaj, TVS. So we can see the biggest range in the Hero. There are 122 part numbers, Bajaj 88 part numbers, TVS 57 part numbers, and so on. So this is our range of the blinker category wise and OEM wise. In totality, we have 338 part numbers in the blinker range. This is the biggest range in the aftermarket that the Uno Minda have. And if we talk about the coverage of indicator, we have 90% coverage of the indicator. So we can imagine that how much big portfolio of the indicator range we have, that the 90% coverage. Rest 10% coverage is of those vehicles for which the demand is almost negligible, or the obsolete vehicles. So we can, in shortly, we can say that we have the complete range for the indicator assembly. Next to the market share. So this is the pie chart of the market share. We can see there are different competitors for the blinker assembly in the market. Like apart from Uno Minda, there is Yango is there, OESPD, Swiss is there, Fiam, Varroc, Lumex, Suprajit, and some other players are also. So from the pie chart, we can see here that we have 20% SOB, 20% market share of the complete indicator, which is the biggest. We can say because the biggest share of the total pie, we can say. So on that basis, we can say that we can proudly say that we are number 1 and we are market leader in the blinker segment. Keeping a watch on this market share, that's the biggest share we have. We are the number 1 and we are the leader of the market in the indicator range. Then comes to the why Uno Minda indicator. What are the USP of Uno Minda indicator, and why the customer should prefer our indicators? So firstly, we have the largest range in the aftermarket. As we have seen in the previous slide, that we have 338 part number, which is the biggest in the aftermarket. That is the normal assembly, LED indicator, universal indicator, spare part also. So no other players in the market has so much big range of indicator in the market. Then availability of universal indicator. We will discuss in the upcoming slide what are the universal indicator. So that is also the biggest range of the universal indicator do we have. Availability of spare parts. Apart from the complete assembly, we are providing the spare part also. Best and OE quality of the indicator we are providing. There are some indicator also, like the indicator on which we are OE players. REML, we are 100% OE players. So we are in some indicator we are already in the OEM, and the rest indicator are of best and OE quality. Then good surface finish and function life. So we have seen the lots of components, or we have lots of child parts of the complete blinker assembly. So each and every part quality, each the material of each and every parts is the best one which is used in the OEMs, and of good quality, better surface finish, and that can stay for the longer period of time. So these are our some of the major USP we can say, and the best one. No other player, no other competitor in the market has so much USP or so much uh, quality of the product in the blinker range. Then we move to the type of indicators. There are two types of indicator, non-universal and the OEM types. OEM types indicator means the indicator which are fitted in the OE vehicle. When the new vehicles are purchased, the indicator that are fitted in the OE vehicles are the non-universal or OEM type of indicators. There are four indicators, as we have seen. All four are different: front left, front right, rear left, and rear right. All four are different. Then what is second type is the universal indicator. What is universal indicator? This is the single replacement of all four types. We not need to purchase all the four separate. By replacing the all four, we can make a single indicator that is known as universal indicator. And nowadays, the 90% sale of the total blinker is coming from the universal indicator only. So you might be want to know how the universal indicator are made. हम बनाते कैसे हैं इनको? जब OE में different types के आते हैं, तो हम इनको universal में convert कैसे करते हैं? When the OE indicators comes, the wiring or all four indicator is different one. There is some blue color, green color, red color, and so we make universal by making the color of the wires common. So that doesn't make any difference when we change the color of the wiring. Second is changing screw position from the side of the indicator. Screw position in the OE indicator is on the left side or on the right side. So we change the position to the center one, and by changing the position, we convert non-OEM indicator to the OEM indicator. So by this method, we convert the non-universal indicator in the universal. What is the benefit of universal indicator? First, it is single replacement for all. As we can see above, by all four, we can replace a single one. We no need to purchase all the four. We just can purchase a single one, which can be fitted at the all four positions. बीपी एंड रिटेलर हैज टू कैरी लेस इन्वेंट्री ऑफ स्टॉक. अब क्या होगा जब चारों को एक से रिप्लेस कर दिया, तो जो भी है चाहे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है, चाहे वो रिटेलर है या मैकेनिक है, ही नो नीड टू परचेज ऑल द फोर. तो उसकी इन्वेंट्री सेविंग हो जाएगी. ही जस्ट हैज टू परचेज ओनली सिंगल वन, एंड दैट विल बी सफिशिएंट फॉर हिम टू मीट द डिमांड ऑफ द कस्टमर. हाई डिमांड कस्टमर वो प्रेफर करेगा, वो भी नहीं मांगेगा कि मुझे ये वाला दो या ये वाला दो. ही जस्ट डिमांड अ single one that I need the indicator for this application. I need the indicator for Splendor. I need the indicator for the Passion, or whichever the vehicle he requires. So these are the type of indicator. Next, this is our range. As we talk कि हमारे पास range क्या क्या indicator की. So these are the some common items, some normal indicators. Amber lens for Platina, amber lens with coupler Platina, clear lens indicator, Pulsar 200 NS, Bajaj KTM, CD Deluxe for Hero segment, Glamour amber lens, Glamour clear lens. So these are some range of our indicators. Moving to the next slide, these are further known in the Hero segment. Glamour one is there, Hung Glamour, amber lens for the Passion Pro segment, Passion Plus and Passion Pro. In Passion Plus it is amber lens, and in Passion Pro it is clear lens. Then Splendor Plus, like the upper one for the Passion, for similarly for the Splendor also. In Splendor Plus it is amber lens, and in Splendor Pro it is clear lens. Then in Shine, again Shine has also two variants, amber lens and clear lens. So I have shown just some or fast moving, we can say I just shown some fast moving applications which are commonly or which cover approximately 80 to 85% range of the total indicator sale. Moving to the next part. So after completing, as we can say, we had the 90% coverage of the indicator. After completing the normal range, then we move to the LED indicator. Normal range hamari complete hogi, then we start thinking someone else. So we started moving to the LED indicator side. So we developed the common indicator. This indicator can be fitted in any of the vehicle, in any of the position. So we can say this is the universal of universal indicator. In universal, in the earlier one universal, we can just fit one in all the four positions, but the application is different. But this indicator can be fitted in any of the vehicles. Moving to the next part, LED indicator for the bullet, REML bullet. Again, there are two variants. One is with the amber and clear light, and second one is the blue and clear light. Next are the LED indicator for the Passion Plus, Passion Pro. Again, two variant, blue and amber, similar for the Splendor and Platina. So these are some fast moving, like we can see on the vehicle, which are the maximum vehicle population is the for the Hero, Passion and Splendor, Bajaj Platina and Royal Enfield Bullets. So for all these applications, we have launched the universal, we have launched the LED indicator also. हमने हमारी नॉर्मल की रेंज कंप्लीट होगी, हमारी एलईडी की रेंज कंप्लीट होगी, देन वी मूव टू द कलर्ड इंडिकेटर कलर. कलर्ड में हमने टू टाइप्स ऑफ कलर्स लिए, हमने सिल्वर कलर लिया और रेड कलर लिया है. सो आई फर्दर आई वांट टू टेल यू that no other player in the market is providing the range of LED and colored indicator. We are the number one, we are the first mover, we can say first mover in the range of LED and colored indicator. So on this basis, we can say normal indicator range, LED indicator range, colored indicator range. We have for each and every application, each and every type of indicator we have in our range. Moving to the next part, render blinker. So in the earlier slide, we all discussed about the range of Uno Minda indicator. Then as you already aware that we had acquired the company name Render. So in the render indicator, all our render indicators are our OE part numbers, which we supply to the OEMs. 32 part numbers in the range of render indicator also, and major selling items are of scooter segment. So earlier we have seen that all the indicators are for the bike segment. The render indicator majorly, or the major sale on the render indicators is for the scooter segment, like the Activa 3G, 4G, 5G, which is common, Activa 110cc, Jupiter, Vigo, Scooty Pep, Pleasure, and Access. So we can see all these indicators. So before coming to the render in our range, we were lagging in the range of scooter segment indicator. But post coming to the render, our range in the scooter segment is also completed. So we have now the, we can say now we have the full range of indicator. Last one is for the KTM also, which is again our oil products. So that was all about the indicator parts. So we discussed about range, our USP, our coverage, our market share. So we are, we can say we have each and everything in the indicator range. So that was all about the indicator. Now we will move towards the bulb and halogen side. So in the bulb and halogen side, firstly, what is automotive bulbs? Again, you will be aware that there is a glass tube inside which there is a filament, tungsten filament is there. So when we supply the current to that filament, the filament will be burned up, and that will supply us the supplies the light. So that is a normal automotive bulbs, where they are used in headlight, tail lights, side indicators, dashboard lights, roof light, license plate lights. So each and whatever is the whatever light is present in the vehicle, in each and every light there is one bulb is fitted, and that the uses of the bulbs. These are some of the bulbs we have that we will discuss in the upcoming slide. So what are the types of the bulbs, or what are the range of bulbs that we have? We have 4 types of bulbs. First one is the incandescent bulbs. So incandescent bulbs are those bulbs, from the picture you can see that these are the bulbs like in our household we used earlier. The similar kind of bulbs are incandescent bulbs. Nowadays these are obsoleted, or these are, you can say, nowadays these are no longer used, and these are replaced by halogen bulbs. Second category is of miniature bulbs, the small bulbs which are used in indicators, stop lights, dashboard lights, and others. Like these are some example, and in the market we known by the name that 1141, 1016, 1210, etc. These are small bulbs. The third and the most important category is of halogen bulbs. Halogen bulbs, which are the replacement of incandescent bulbs. So again, in two-wheeler segment we have HS1 and F5. I have shown the four-wheeler, but we will discuss only two-wheeler. In four-wheeler there are H1, H3, H4, H7, H8, H11, 27, but we will not discuss these bulbs, just for the reference that we have this range of bulbs. And the last category is of wedge bulb. Wedge bulb, these are baseless bulbs. Again, these are also used in indicators and stop lights. So these are the 4 category of bulb and halogen we have: incandescent, miniature, halogen, and bulb and wedge bulb. Again, further there are some other types of bulbs. we can say there is categorization of the bulb. Again, first one is the clear glass quartz. We will use quad glass, clear glass, Scott glass or hard glass bulbs, plus 60% bulbs, which give 60% more light than the normal bulbs. Blue bulbs, which have blue color coating and which gives white light. Then gold color bulb, which are used in winter season or rainy season. Ultimate yellow bulbs and LED bulbs. We will see all these type of bulbs in our upcoming slide. From this slide, you can see one thing also. I have written the name of the bulbs. I have shown the picture of the packaging, and I have shown the picture of the bulbs. So you can see from this slide one thing, that there is separate packaging for the separate bulb also. Like there is different packing for the quartz. For the blue color bulb, there is blue packing. For the gold color or yellow color bulb, there is gold color packing, and there is different packaging for the LED also. This make easier for the distributor or retailers to easily identify that which bulb is present inside that type of packaging. So these are further categorization of our bulbs that we'll discuss in the upcoming slide. If I talk about the range in two-wheeler segment, these are range that I have discussed various types. So we have 21 halogen bulbs, 18 incandescent bulbs, 15 miniature bulbs, and 1 LED bulbs. So total we have 55 part numbers in the two-wheeler bulb and halogen category. I already discussed that halogen is the main contributor which covers 80% of the range. So in halogen, 10 part number of M5 bulbs and 11 part number of HS1 bulbs. 100% range coverage. This is again a major thing, or we can say major USP. In bulb and halogen category, in two-wheeler segment, again, there is no bulb that Uno Minda doesn't have. We have 100% range of the two-wheeler bulbs, whether it is for we can say for any type of lighting, we have the each and every type of bulb in our range. 100% range coverage we have in bulbs. What are the USP of our bulbs? So firstly, availability of both quad glass and hard glass bulb. I will tell you what is hard glass and what is quad glass. We have both type of bulbs. So whatever the customer want, he can take any type of bulb from us. Better and high lumens output. Lumens क्या होता है? This is the major parameter to measure the quality of lighting. Lumens. More the lumens, more will be the light output, more will be the brightness. So lumens is just in how much area, in a particular direction, what will be the intensity or what will be the illumination of the light. So this is the one of the major parameter to deciding the performance of lighting. More the lumens, more will be the light output. Longer function life. Life is for each and every bulb there is standard life. So our bulbs meets that life that standard life that the bulb should have. High quality coating technology, whether that it is the top coating or top coating of the glass, that is of high quality coating technology. Sharp view and better function concentration, so that we call it the focus. What will the focus of the light? कि वो सही पड़ रहा है, आगे हमें दिखाई दे रहा है. So that is tested very accurately, and after that only we provide the product in the market. So these are the USP of our bulb and halogen. So in the first USP, I have mentioned the availability of both quad glass and hard glass. So I will tell you what is that. Quad glass, I have written that the no impact of water on the hot glass tube. इसमें क्या होता है कि लेट्स से बाय चांस मॉइस्चर आ गई अंदर लाइट के अंदर या पानी चला गया, तो जब बल्ब जल रहा होगा तो ग्लास ट्यूब के ऊपर उस वाटर का या उस मॉइस्चर का कोई भी इम्पैक्ट नहीं होता क्वाड ग्लास की ट्यूब के. वो ग्लास की ट्यूब टूटेगी नहीं, वो बर्स्ट नहीं होगी जल्दी से अगर वो जो ट्यूब है, जो बल्ब की ट्यूब है, वो अगर क्वाड ग्लास में है. तो ल्यूमेन आउटपुट हायर होती है, उसके ल्यूमेन थोड़े ज्यादा होते हैं और लाइफ भी उसकी अच्छी होती है. हार्ड ग्लास में सिर्फ मेजर अगर मैं डिफरेंस की बात करूं तो एक यही मेजर डिफरेंस होता है कि उस पे जो है वाटर का इम्पैक्ट हो जाता है. वो अगर पानी के कांटेक्ट में आएगी तो ट्यूब के ऊपर पानी के कांटेक्ट में वो बर्स्ट हो जाती है. दैट इज द ओनली डिफरेंस इन द क्वाड ग्लास एंड हार्ड ग्लास बल्ब्स. ल्यूमेन आउटपुट में उतना डिफरेंस नहीं होता है, बट स्लाइटली अगर क्वाड से कंपैरिजन में कंपेयर करते हैं तो स्लाइटली थोड़े से कम होते हैं. अदरवाइज इन ल्यूमेन दैट इज नॉट सच अ मेजर डिफरेंस. सो दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द क्वाड ग्लास एंड हार्ड ग्लास बल्ब्स. What are the major parameters? क्या क्या मेजर पैरामीटर होते हैं जिसके बेस पे हम परफॉर्मेंस डिफाइन करते हैं बल्ब एंड. पहले हम देखते हैं कि हमारा टाइप्स हमें चाहिए कौन सा, किस पर्पज के लिए चाहिए है हमें, और कौन सा बल्ब यूज होगा. हमें डैशबोर्ड में लगाना, हमें हेडलाइट में लगाना, हमें टेल लाइट में लगाना, हमें कहाँ पर लगाना है, कौन सा टाइप चाहिए और किस एप्लीकेशन के लिए चाहिए. हमें वोल्टेज टू व्हीलर में बात करें तो बट अगर हम फर्दर कमर्शियल सेगमेंट में जाते हैं तो वहाँ पर 24 वोल्ट भी होता है। वाटेज कितनी होती है? अब ये यहाँ पर भी एक इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट होता है वाटेज का। द स्टैंडर्ड बल्ब्स की जो वाटेज होती है, जो टू व्हीलर में जो स्टैंडर्ड बल्ब होता है, जो मेजरली यूज होता है, दैट स्टैंडर्ड वाटेज इज 35 वाट होती है। बट फॉर द हायर परफॉर्मेंस और फॉर द हायर light output, we also use the 45-40 watt bulb also, but that is non-standard bulbs. And 60-55 also. 60-55 comes in many OEM, like in the Bullet OE is 60-55 bulbs. But in some people for the higher output use 65-55 bulb also. So that is also depends कि हमें कितनी light output चाहिए हमें, उसके according people different wattage का bulb use करते हैं. But it is always recommended कि हमें standard bulb use करना चाहिए, जो कि standard होता है 35 watt का ही होता है. करंट आउटपुट की कितना करंट वो ड्रॉ करेगा, लुमेंस आई ऑलरेडी टेल कि दिस इज द मेजर पैरामीटर टू डिसाइड द परफॉर्मेंस. स्टैंडर्ड लाइफ कितनी होती है? फॉर ईच एंड एवरी बल्ब देयर इज स्टैंडर्ड लाइफ, दैट इज 100 आवर्स और 200 आवर्स और 300 आवर्स. दैट इज आल्सो डिसाइडिंग पैरामीटर्स कि उसकी जो लाइफ है स्टैंडर्ड, वो उसको मीट कर रहा है बल्ब या नहीं कर पा रहा है. फिलामेंट कैसा है? वो सिंगल फिलामेंट है या डुअल फिलामेंट है? लाइक मैं बात करता हूँ HS1 की बात करता हूँ तो डुअल फिलामेंट होता है, जबकि पल्सर वगैरह में H7 भी यूज होता है, वो सिंगल फिलामेंट का होता है. तो इट इज ऑल्सो डिसाइडेड कि जो बल्ब है उसके अंदर फिलामेंट है वो डुअल फिलामेंट है या सिंगल फिलामेंट है. सो दिस जो जितने भी मेरा पैरामीटर शो है लेफ्ट साइड में, मैंने जस्ट एक स्नैपशॉट दिखाया है, एक एग्जांपल लिया है HS1 बल्ब का, जिसमें कितनी वोल्टेज है, कितना करंट है, कितनी वाटेज है, लुमेंस कितने हैं, 2 फिलामेंट है तो मेन फिलामेंट्स के लुमेंस कितने हैं, सब फिलामेंट्स के लुमेंस कितने हैं, वर्किंग टेम्परेचर कितना है और उसकी लाइफ कितनी है. So all these parameters should be meet so that the good quality of bulb can be provided in the market. अब हम डिस्कस करते हैं जो हमने टाइप दिखाए थे, मैंने आपको चारों, हम उसको वन बाय वन शॉर्टली डिस्कस कर लेते हैं कि क्या होता है. इनकैंडेसेंट आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड कि ये पहले जो पुराने व्हीकल्स थे उनमें यूज होता था. इन बल्ब्स की लाइफ थोड़ी कम होती थी, हायर चांसेस ऑफ ब्लैकनिंग और गैस लीकेज के चांसेस होते थे इसमें. और अब इनको, जैसे मैंने पहले बताया कि अब इनको रिप्लेस कर दिया गया है हेलोजन बल्ब्स के द्वारा. ये सभी एप्लीकेशन में यूज होते हैं, चाहे स्कूटर हो, मोटरसाइकिल हो, कार कमर्शियल हो या भी हो, बट टू व्हीलर में ये यूज होते हैं. ये कुछ कॉमन टाइप से इंडिकेटर्स के, सबसे फास्ट मूविंग होता है RVO बल्ब जिसको हम बोलते हैं, 12 वोल्ट RVO बल्ब, 35 वोल्ट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर आर सम अदर इंडिकेटर्स बल्ब आल्सो. So what are the features of these bulb? Good quality glass, excellent corrosion resistance, good operation life, better light output, and high strength of filament. These are the specification for the incandescent bulbs. कि जो उसके जो पैरामीटर्स है, उसकी स्पेसिफिकेशन है, वो क्या क्या जस्ट शो किया, जैसे पहले बताया कि वोल्टेज, करंट, वोल्टेज, लुमेंस, टेम्परेचर, लाइट. नेक्स्ट से कैटेगरी आती है हमारी मिनीचर की, जिसको हम यूज करते हैं स्टॉप लाइट एंड इंडिकेटर्स में. अदर एप्लीकेशन है जैसे लाइसेंस प्लेट लाइट, रिवर्स लाइट, डैशबोर्ड लाइट. और मार्केट में इनको जो नाम से जानते हैं, मार्केट में बोलते हैं कि मुझे 12-10 बल्ब चाहिए, आई नीड 10-60, मुझे 10-16 चाहिए, या मुझे 11-41 का बल्ब चाहिए. ये भी एप्लीकेशन में यूज होते हैं. ये कुछ कॉमन टाइप्स दिखाए हैं विद इमेजेस कि कौन सा बल्ब कौन सा है. जैसे 12-10 से 12-10 का मतलब है कि वो 12 वोल्ट का है और 10 वाटेज का है. 12-10 मीन्स 12 वोल्ट 10 वाटेज. लाइक सिमिलरली 1141 clear lens, 1141 amber lens, and 1060 bulb, 67 number bulbs, and 1210 in blue color also. So these are some common type of miniature bulbs. Feature or parameter we can say as the for the incandescent, these are same features for the miniature also, and these are the specification for the miniature bulbs. Next, moving to the major category, HS1. In nowadays in all the vehicles, in two-wheeler segment, we can say in 95% of the vehicles, HS1 bulbs come in the OE. Most widely used halogen bulbs, ये dual filament होता है, सिर्फ टू व्हीलर में ही यूज होता है. Covers approximately 80% of the sale of two wheelers, and ये 12 वोल्ट में होता है, डिफरेंट वाटेज में आता है. डिफरेंट वाटेज जैसे मैंने पहले बताई थी, whether it is 35, 45, 65, 25 और different. These are the USP, like the USP that we have seen, the general USP. All the USP are in the HS1 bulb. This is HS1 clear glass, HS1 blue, HS1 gold, HS1 LED, HS1 plus 60%, and these are the specification for HS1 bulbs. Moving to the next category, so the LED bulbs which we have launched recently. So earlier we have range of normal bulb also. So in the two-wheeler category we launched LED bulb also. This is the LED bulbs, and these are the specification. Voltage is 12 volt, wattage is 6 volt, lumens 1000. So like the watt is, we can see here watt is 6 watt only, जबकि जो नॉर्मल आता है, जो स्टैंडर्ड बल्ब आता है, उसमें 35 होती है. तो वी कैन सी कि इसकी जो वाटेज होती है वो कम होती है एज कम्पेयर टू द नॉर्मल. लाइफ बट ज्यादा होती है. हमने लाइफ वहां पर देखी थी, हमने 300 देखी थी पासिंग बीम के लिए और 150 आवर्स देखी थी हमने ड्राइविंग बीम के लिए, जबकि यहाँ पर जो लाइफ होती है वो 500 to 600 आवर्स इसकी लाइफ है. लाइट आउटपुट जो इसकी व्हाइट कलर की है, brightness 60% more है as compared to the normal bulbs. This is the difference between the standard bulb and in the LED bulbs. I have shown in the form of star. Like there are the 4 stars in case of standard bulbs, and there are 5 stars in for the LED bulbs, and on the basis of 3 parameters: brightness, beam distance, and working life. So how will be the light output for this bulb on the road? So we can see this will be the light output of LED bulbs on the road. These are some fast moving items like the HS1 hard glass, HS1 hard glass and quartz glass, HS1 45 bulbs, HS1 35 blue color, M5 bulb 35, HDL that is incandescent RVO bulb, MIN 2004 ये इंडिकेटर में यूज होता है, 12 वोल्ट 10 वाट का बल्ब है, और ये स्टॉप लाइट में बल्ब होता है. तो अगर मैं इन 8 पार्ट की बात करूं, तो ये 8 पार्ट ही 90% बिजनेस को कवर कर देते हैं. तो अगर कोई अगर मैं बोलूं कि कोई ये 8 पार्ट को भी रख रहा है अपनी रेंज में, तो वो 90% अपनी सेल को कवर कर पा रहा है इन 8 पार्ट से. फिर हम टेस्टिंग कैसे करते हैं मार्केट में, ताकि अच्छी क्वालिटी का बल्ब हम आपको प्रोवाइड कर पाए और अच्छी क्वालिटी का बल्ब दे, उसके लिए हम क्या क्या टेस्ट करते हैं. सबसे पहले जो इंपॉर्टेंट टेस्ट होता है वो फोटोमेट्री टेस्ट होता है. इस फोटोमेट्री टेस्ट से हम लुमेंस को टेस्ट करते हैं. तो जनरल लॉट में से 1-2 बल्ब लिया और हमने टेस्ट किया. पहले मास्टर बल्ब को चेक करते हैं. मास्टर बल्ब के स्टैंडर्ड मान के फिर हम अपने अदर बल्ब्स को चेक करते हैं. ये टेस्टिंग डिवाइस होता है जिससे हम लुमेंस चेक करते हैं. फोटोमेट्री टेस्ट होता है. इसमें एक राउंड डोम होता है जिसके अंदर हम बल्ब को फिट करते हैं और फिर हम मेजर करते हैं वोल्टेज को, वाटेज को और करंट को हम मेजर करते हैं स्टैंडर्ड, कि वो उसके लुमेंस जो है वो स्टैंडर्ड आ रहे हैं या नहीं आ रहे हैं. सेकंड जो टेस्ट है वो वाइब्रेशन टेस्ट है. ये एक्चुअल रोड कंडीशन पे होता है. जब गाड़ी चल रही है तो दैट फेस्ड लॉट्स ऑफ वाइब्रेशन ऑन द रोड. तो एक्चुअल रोड कंडीशन पे जो हमारा बल्ब है वो कितने वाइब्रेशन को बियर कर पाएगा. तो ये एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है जिसके अंदर हम बल्ब को फिट कर देते हैं, एंड देन वी गिव वाइब्रेशन टू द बल्ब्स एंड वी चेक दैट whether it is able to sustain the vibration or not. Then third test is the life test. Life इसमें एक रैक होता है, ये मैंने दिखाया लाइफ टेस्ट रैक होता है जिसके अंदर हम बल्ब को फिट कर देते हैं और हम रेगुलरली इसको, जैसे हमने डे में सुबह के चला दिया और रात को हम इसको ऑफ करके चले गए, तो कंटिन्यूसली सुबह के फिर से चला दिया. तो कंटिन्यूसली हम इसकी लाइफ को, बल्ब की लाइफ को इस लाइफ टेस्टिंग रैक पर चेक करते हैं कि वो उसकी लाइफ कितनी है. स्टैंडर्ड पहले तो स्टैंडर्ड तो उसकी होनी ही चाहिए. जो स्टैंडर्ड होती है 300 आवर होती है या 200 आवर होती है, वो तो उसकी होनी चाहिए. उसके बाद भी उसकी कितनी एक्स्ट्रा लाइट आ रही है और कितने आवर्स के बाद उसके जो ल्यूमेंस है वो डिक्रीज होना स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं, दैट वी मेजर ऑन द रेगुलर बेसिस. सो दीज आर the 3 tests, that is photometry, vibration and life test that we do for our bulb and halogen. Thank you very much. So this was all about the blinker and bulb and halogen.
Great, Sugam. So let's be open with respect to any questions from the team or anything. We can have the open session in terms of any questions on blinkers and bulbs and halogen from the team.
A small question. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Please
Yes,
go ahead.
please.
So I just noticed that you have been specifying the lifetime as 400 to 600 hours. Can you just explain me what is this lifetime? How do you depict this?
सर जितने भी हमारे बल्ब्स होते हैं उसके लिए नॉर्मल स्टैंडर्ड मेंशन होते हैं, चाहे वो
Sorry, sir,
incandescent हो.
I don't understand Hindi. Can you just be in English?
Okay, sorry. So whatever the bulbs do in our range, there are standard life is specified. That is specified in the we can say in the standard that the HS1 should have this much of life, the RBO bulb should have this much of light, and miniature should have light. That is specified in the book. This bulb should have this much of life, and that should be meted. So we check in our life testing experiment.
No, you say life here means a bulb can be turned on continuously for around 400 to 600 hours. It will not go off. Is it right or?
Yes, yes, yes. First point is that it will not go off. Second is that its lumen should not drop. इसके जो lumens है वो भी कम नहीं होने चाहिए उतनी लाइफ. The lumen should not.
Shugam English.
Yes, yes. Lumen should not drop till that much of life. If the lumens drop till that much of life, it means there is some fault in the bulb. And second, what you have told, that it should not go off also.
Okay. Now, if it's that the case, then 600 hours is a little bit in a lower range, I guess. Is it so? Because
No, no,
Okay.
sir. No.
Shugam, 1 second. I'll put it this way.
Yes.
So there is a ARI, that is Automotive Research Association of India,
Yeah.
who have standardized this norms.
Okay.
So they are the government body who have standardized as per road permits and everything, that how much, what life of the
Okay.
bulb should be. Based upon that, they have put it in terms of this much should be the life. Now, when they 600 hours, that is continuous glowing 600 hours.
That's what I
And-
asked.
Yes, continuous growing, and that lumen should be there. The third part being that when we normally see a vehicle, if it's continuously running, so what would be the time that a vehicle would be running in the night? Maybe maximum 6 hours or 8 hours.
Okay.
So basically, they look at if it is a 600 hours,
It will be
and if it
somewhere
is
around 25 days or say, okay, fine.
so it will be around 75 days or this. It
Yes.
should continuously grow. But 6 hours driving, that means it is usually your trucks or anything that is driving. But that's not the normal standard driving.
Okay.
It's basically, so that's how they have mentioned, and that's why the benchmarking is done as per the guidelines.
Okay, fine. That's what I just had a small. I had it very long back. Just I
Yeah,
had the
yeah, that's true.
opportunity
That's
to
true. This is the right forum where you can clarify, and it makes sense, more sense. That's
ask. Okay, because whether price is justified with those hours, I just want to have a clarity.
Right. What happens is in these cases, these government bodies have already defined it, and after that, the alignment happens.
Okay.
So you also have bulbs which are of higher power or higher life also,
Okay.
and they automatically get the cost goes up. But in order to standardize and make a minimum, so if you see when the OEM vehicle manufacturer, they go for a very small car, they try to bring in as much as possible possible on the cheap cost. That's how the ARI then defines that, okay, below this you cannot go because it will be a accidental hazard.
And what are the most possible, I mean, most possible situations these bulbs are going off without reaching this standardized lifetime, sir?
Okay,
Normally.
that's where your question comes in terms of the basic difference between a branded bulb and a non-branded bulb.
Okay.
So in a branded bulb, these are ensured and they are monitored and tested before they are going out in the market, because it will be a accidental hazard. So if you see, light is one of those things which, as per ARI norms, it has to be meet the standards. And if you are suddenly driving and your bulb goes off, it may lead to accident.
Yes.
So it is always preferred to go for a standardized bulb for it. And that's how we ensure that, okay, all our bulbs are pre-tested before it goes for out into the market.
One more point I want to add, sir. The gases mixture. So in what ratio or at what proportion the halogen gases are filled inside the glass tube, that also defines or determines the quality of the lights. If that is not in the proper ratio or proper quality, that there are higher chances that before the life that the bulb will go off.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Sir.
Great. Anybody else? Thank you, Manoj sir. Excellent question. Thank you, Shashwat sir. Great reward.
Yeah, one more question.
Anybody?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
While you were showing the product range, in some photographs they are NDP. What is that?
Sorry. What is?
When you were showing the product range, in some photos of bulbs, it is mentioned NDP.
NPDs are there.
NPT, Sugam NPT,
NPD or
NPT.
NPD, new product development, sir.
Okay.
NPD, new product development, new range.
Okay. And how the Roshni bolte means how to convert the customer. If customer is going for halogen bulb and you have the new range of LED bulb,
Mhm.
and the cost is also a little bit more. So on what terms we can tell that customer that it will be the best if you want to go for new one?
Like sir,
Like
I have
it
shown
will be
like
based on the watts or lumens something.
like the sir इस slide में आप देखिए जो मैंने आपको LED वाली what I have shown in the LED slide. I have shown the 3 parameters, that is brightness, beam distance, and working life. In all three parameters, the LED bulbs has the superior quality compared to the normal ones. Life is also more than the normal one. Brightness is also higher. The distance of the beam is also longer, and the we can say the lumens are also higher than the normal ones. So based on these parameter or these property, we can say that the customer should prefer. Secondly, the light output is also white color, or we can say that is कि हम बोलते हैं जिसको हम कस्टमर प्रेफर करता है उसको मॉडिफाई करने के लिए यूज
हाँ
करता
हाँ
है, उसको बल्ब पे यूज करता है, उस बेसिस पे भी हम बोल सकते हैं.
ओके. ये wattage का difference क्या आएगा? Like it is 6 watts and another is 12. So
नहीं, that is voltage. Voltage is 12 volts, sir, and wattage is 6
wattage.
watts, sir. So the
Yeah,
current
wattage.
output will be lower in this case.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay. Anybody? Rajesh ji, Rajesh bhai?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Dubey sir? Vanshi, anybody? Or shall we move ahead? There is one question from Mr. Harinderjeet Singh Uppal. He has joined us. He has some query regarding the EV products. So shall we attend right now, Shashwat sir, or shall we
No,
attend?
what
Keep it
we'll do,
after?
we'll finish the training, and basically what I understand is he is looking for product list for specifically EV. So
Yeah.
maybe we can touch base with him separately in terms of is he speaking about two-wheeler or four-wheeler?
Okay.
That means your rickshaw, that, and if it is two-wheeler, is he
Right.
specific about any other specific product that he's developing, or it's a vehicle that is on road and he wants a part from us?
Okay. Right away, sir. Right away. Thank you. So shall we move ahead, sir?
Yeah. So let's
Okay.
move to the next product. Thanks, Sugam. So the next
Thank
one
you.
would
Thank you,
be
Sugam.
Welcome, sir.
Horns. So in this case, I would like Harish to come on board and take over
Yes,
to
sir.
deal with the horns part.
Yes, sir.
Actually, this is a favorite subject. Horns is a favorite subject for all the vehicles, you know.
Right.
Shubham,
तो हम
can
भी
you
एक ईवी के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, मैं लास्ट में आपको दिखाऊंगा. हम भी एक ईवी के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, हम लास्ट में सेट करते हैं.
जरूर.
Yes, हरीश जी प्लीज.
so am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
And you can see my screen, sir.
Yes. Absolutely, sir.
So before we start, I will request whoever has not downloaded this Arogya Setu app, please download it.
Great. Excellent. Yeah, please, everybody, please download. It's a great message. It's very important.
Thank you, everyone. So we are utilizing our time with great learnings and sharing. So I'm gonna start this horn presentation. And my name is Harish Kumar. Mr. Saswat has already introduced me in initial session, and Dave is there, but he is actually not connected yet. But Dave is my colleague. He is also the partner of for horn product. So let's start the agenda. Today we are going to discuss company overview, then achievements for acoustic plant, then our customer, domestic, international, then competition, their market share, our USPs, our segmentation, coverage, our testing facilities, advantages, and then key learnings. So this is our plant. Founded in 1993, we have 800 employees in our manufacturing plant in Horn, almost producing 28 million horns yearly, and we have capacity of 36 millions. We have 3 plants. 2 are in Manesar, one is in Pantnagar, We have R&D ratio of 2% turnover yearly, and we have a joint venture with Platon, Spain, and we have a plant there. So we'll show you in next slides. If we talk about our milestones and accolades for horns. So as Fahad shared last evening, NK Minda Group founded in 1958. Horn business started in 1993. We had JV with FIAM. FIAM is the market leader, global market leader for horns. So we had JV with FIAM in 1995. We start trumpet production in 2006. We acquired 100% FIAM business in India in 2009, and we had a joint venture with Platon, European giant, in Spain in 2020. If you talk about our manufacturing accolades, our awards or certifications, we have ISO certification, we have Ford Q1 certification. We are nominated for Ford Global Suppliers, Renault Asia Pacific Suppliers. We have OSAS 18001, and many times we have awarded for TPM Excellent Award from Bajaj. If we talk about our domestic customer portfolio through Uno Minda Group, we have Bajaj. Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So our domestic customer portfolio, we have Bajaj with 90% SOB, we have Honda with 48% SOB, we have REML 100% SOB, we have Yamaha, TVS and Suzuki. We have Yamaha, SOB and KTM. If we talk about our international two-wheeler customers, then we have KTM, Aprilia, Derby, Kimco in different countries. And we have a separate network through our FIAM plant, FIAM brand. So this is actually FIAM customer portfolio across, global. It's just a highlight. So we are catering almost every every big brand through FIAM. If we talk about our market and competition, we are leading in two-wheeler market in horns, almost doubling the followers, second follower, that is Roots, then Varroc, OES, Hella and other brands. And if we consider OES as our fitment and our part, then every second fitment is done by Uno Minda in every vehicle. Every second fitment in vehicle is done by Uno Minda. And if we don't consider that, then every third fitment is done by Uno Minda. This is our achievement. Why Uno Minda? I mean, why people prefer Uno Minda? Because if you are not different than your competition, you are in trouble. And why we are, how we are different than our competition? Because we are India's #1 horn manufacturer. Globally, we are #2. We have old trust since 1958. We are here, so we are not a new player. We have experience and we have trust of customers. We are OEM's #1 choice. Approximately 3 crore annual fitments in OEMs only. World-class testing facility for all possible road accident. Qualified almost all testing. Imported diaphragm material and piece-to-piece tuning. This makes us, the core products like horns, lighting and switches, most trusted brand from last 60+ years. I hope my father has already shown this to you all. Major USP, the crux, what I want to tell you is the leadership. We are India's #1 horn manufacturer and globally we are #2. This is the fact. In terms of technology, we used to test piece-to-piece for all horns to perform in all vehicle running condition in India and overseas. Capacity, we are catering domestic and export supplies with 2 plants only. I mean, one is in Manesar. That plant is separated in 2 different sub-plants, and one is in Pantnagar. So we have 3 plants. I mentioned 2 because I am considering Manesar plant as 1. We have quality. Quality is supreme for us. So we work for all OEMs on 0 ppm, and that's why we are customers first choice by qualifying all their standards and parameters. So whenever horns, whenever for every vehicle the launch is there, we are considered as first choice for horns. Uniqueness: only Indian horn manufacturing company having fully anechoic chamber. What is anechoic chamber? I'm going to share you in next slides. Availability for horns, I have already shared you that for horns, every second fitment in vehicle belongs to Uno Minda. That is our availability. You can see in OE fitments as well as in market. Two-wheeler product range and coverage. We have, two-wheeler with 12 volt. All two-wheeler horns having 12 volt applications, and horns, identified with dias. So we have D is dia. So we have dia 70, dia 76, dia 82, dia 90, dia 95. P is piezo. Piezo 30 means buzzer, and T is for trumpet. Trumpet 80 dia. So horns comes in 3 different tones: high tone, low tone, and mid tone. So any combination of two becomes dual or sat. So we have single tones 17 SKUs, and we have dual tone 5 SKUs. Total 22 items we have with universal applications. So I have mentioned there that 70, 82, and P30 and trumpet 80. They all are having universal application. You can fit these ones in any vehicle. D76 is for TVS XL Super, and 90 is for Bajaj Pulsar old models. You can use this one in any vehicle as well. Then 95, that is OE in REML. What is P30? Buzzer. Buzzer, I mentioned that this is the buzzer used to indicate with indicators. Whenever you take turn, left turn or right, you used to hear some sound. P. That is actually the buzzer. It is having 85 dB dia, and it's a genuine product we are having. Then about other things, D70 is one of our genuine product, and we are having OE supplies in Honda, Bajaj, TVS, Suzuki, Yamaha, loud and sharp sound with robust design. This is 3-wheeler horn. Then D76, it's called AC/DC horn. Moped, whatever moped applications are there without battery, we used to fit this one in that only. Then D82, most versatile, most respected horn in two-wheeler segment, most sellable, most known, and the leader in two-wheeler market. People usually call this horn as D82 or Hero Honda horn. It is having mid-tone, empty sound, mid-tone sound. Then dia 90. It's 100% OE fitment to Bajaj Pulsar old model, as I already shared with you. It's a good looking genuine product horn, but it is replaced by our D70 horn in OEMs. Then D95, it's most trusted product as well, and we used to call this bull horn. You can see this horn in Bullet. Earlier, Bullet was fitting set of horn. Nowadays, low tone horn is there in Bullet. You can use high tone horn to make it set. It's 100% water immersion proof horn. You can dip it and you can test it. Then trumpet 80 for two-wheeler vehicles. It is especially designed for two-wheeler vehicles with low current, but we still recommend relay to fit with it. These are some testing parameters. One is enough for you. You should have the knowledge of voltage, current, what current is horn is actually taking. You can see dB, kitne lakh cycle this horn used to test, if it is sealing or not, and relay is required or not. So I have prepared one matrix, but this is we used to mention on box as well. So packing box, in every packing box we used to mention these, maximum of these. Our testing advantages, as I have already told, that we have a world-class testing facility in our horn and switch plant. So I'm just showing some highlights of test. We have a salt spray chamber test where we used to do corrosion resistance test and rusting. Environment come vibration test, where we used to test our horn if it is going to perform on vehicle vibration or not, or it is sustained in different temperatures and humidities. Then cold chambers like Leh, Ladakh, Shimla, it is going to work or not. Water spray chamber like Pondicherry, if rainy, or Mumbai, if rain is there, it is going to work or not. High pressure water test setup, if you know, if you are washing your car or bike, how it is going to impact your horn. And the special one, anechoic chamber, it is the anechoic chamber, and we are the only company having this fully covered anechoic chamber. Now I'm telling you what is anechoic chamber. It's a every room has 6 sides, four wall side, top and bottom. So semi anechoic chamber Bosch has, but in Bosch semi anechoic chamber, they have only 4 sides with the special walls. You can see these walls. Sorry. So these walls, made by some special material, and that material used to absorb sound. So whenever you blow any horn, it doesn't reflect from wall. So the accuracy of dB is there, and even ARAI and OEMs cannot, claim that it is not. Even they used to, calibrate their acoustic part with us. So this is one of the anechoic chamber or one of the testing facility which only Minda is having. So nobody can challenge us in terms of dB, that your dB is not matching whatever you are mentioning. So we used to test our horns in such chambers. So whatever we have, what we have gone through in slides, I'm just covering up again and again. One, we have 60 years of trust. We are India's #1 horn manufacturer. Globally, we are number 2. We are OEM's first choice and catering almost all brands. We are working, you name it, we have it. We are catering almost all applications for horns. We have all horns, you name it, we have it. Keeping quality first, having world-class testing facility, we are serving or we are catering our customers. Thank you. Any question, please?
Great, Harishji. It was a great insight, because horns are, particularly, it's a matter of safety, and the most widely used consumable part, most used in a country like India, particularly in a country like India, and particularly in two-wheelers. This is the most used. That is what we have gone through from our experience, that it is the most used product. And I shall tell you from our practical uses, the best horns we have used is of Minda products. From past 10 years we have used many products we might have used, but the complaint wise, the the customer satisfaction wise, the clarity, these are the best horns, honestly saying. Not because we are from Minda team, but it is a practical experience, that is what we are seeing. And even after washing also, I must say you that even after washing, there was a query regarding this rusting. I had this query regarding the rusting, that what happens in this rusting. But as you had shown in the PPT regarding the salt, testing that you
SST.
do, it is great. It is excellent. It is really a new thing for me to learn, particularly. It is great thing, sir.
Sir, these are, these we have implemented post your feedbacks. So whatever your feedbacks we receive from field or from our customers, we used to implement at our testing facility or at our, production line. So we can,
Excellent.
we can work on zero error.
Excellent. There are few queries coming up from in our chat group.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harinder is asking how much variation comes in amperage while using horn, and he's asking about plus and minus both variation.
So if your vehicle condition and battery conditions are okay, if your vehicle conditions or battery conditions are okay, then there is no issue in horns. You can use it without tampering or tuning. in high current horns demands early adjustments. In high current horn, where the current is more than the current requirement is more than 3 ampere or 3 ampere, usually these horns required early tuning after 50,000 or 60,000 cycles. Else you don't need to work on or tune any horn in any condition. If your battery is okay, your horn will work fine.
Okay.
I would like to ask you that I've seen in electric bikes that when horning is done, so the variation comes to around 2 amperes extra, whatever is the prescribed. And when we put those converters and all those things according to the load mentioned, like 5 amperes is required or 7 amperes required, the amperage goes higher generally.
Okay.
So kindly guide on this, sir.
Yeah, for this I need two clear factors. One, which bike was that?
Sir, this is I've seen in many because I supply DC-DC converters. So I've seen lot of bikes. This problem is coming. Whenever the horn is there, the local converter gets burnt.
So the thing is, if the horn you are using is taking more than 3 or more than 4 or more than 5 ampere current, okay, and if that bike is having 2.5 ampere or 3 ampere or 4 ampere or 5 ampere, I would 2.5 to 4 ampere battery, then after some time, if you are not using genuine relay, so after some time, after a week or a 15 days or might be after a month, you are going to get this experience, because the current consumption is actually high. In terms of trumpet, let me tell you a very open problem. So in our trumpet horn, that 4-wheeler trumpet horn, many customers were using that horn in Splendor or Platina bike. That is kickstart only. Okay, so that bike is having 2.5 ampere battery, and they were using that horn without relay earlier. So on initial stage, when battery is healthy and horn is fresh, it was working. But after a few days, it won't work. So they went for battery charging. Ki battery is not working properly. Battery got charged. Then again, horn was blowing. Then after 10 days, again the problem was same. Then the mechanic told him that your horn is not working. Horn is having some issues. Then he used to get to mechanic and he asked mechanic to check horn. The horn was checked on tester. Horn was okay. I got many of the feedbacks, but I'm telling you, you have to make sure that in which vehicle you are using which horn. So if any horn which is taking less than 3 ampere current is okay for 2.5 ampere battery. For
when they're using the horn, there's a spike in current for some second, milliseconds or a half a millisecond. There's a spike in current.
At the time of ignition.
Ignition when they're horning it.
No, sir. I have checked that at the time of ignition when they start bike, so there's a spiking current at that time. After that, there won't be any spikes. We used to, we got this problem in our Dia 70 horn when we were, providing this horn to, or we are catering this horn to Bajaj.
Okay.
So Bajaj has.
What I suggest is, so can you send me your presentation so I can refer to that bike manufacturer, whichever EV manufacturer is that, so this problem can be sorted out.
Exactly.
Okay, I'd like to interrupt in this. You are actually looking for a horn to be given to a EV manufacturer. Maybe he's making a 2-wheeler or a 3-wheeler, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So in that case, I would suggest that he should contact the organization, us, because for him to even have that pass, he would need the ARI certification.
RI certification is must.
Yes, so he would need that if he is wanting that vehicle to be brought on road, or if he is a manufacturer, then he would need the ARI certification. If he uses any
ARI
horn,
or mainly it is EMI EMC testing they
no,
require.
right? They require that, and that report they need to take it when they have to have their vehicle approved from ARI.
Yes.
So they need they need a certificate of which we call COP, confirmation of product. Okay, given by ARI only. Okay.
So if they want to take it from you, it won't suffice the requirement.
No, we don't want to supply. We don't want to supply. You will say, I'll forward you this thing. They'll contact you. That's it.
Right.
We
So
want
it
this
would be
problem is sorted out because I am facing a lot of problem because of this only.
okay. So maybe what we can do, we can have a basic understanding with them what current, and since you are giving the AC to DC converter part, we can have it mapped up. So as the horn does not give them a problem, as well as your AC/DC is able to work out and their vehicle works out properly.
Yep.
And
so I'm giving to n number of people who are small pockets. Like somebody is making 300 numbers a month, somebody is making 200 numbers a month. So I can just share your things to them. Okay, you just you can have and get this thing is sorted out. For me, for sending your horn, I have to sometime go to some place very far. I have to send my person.
Right. I understand that part because immediately they would be getting back. नहीं आपका ये चल नहीं रहा मेरा हॉर्न नहीं बज रहा
हाँ नहीं वो क्या होता है उससे एकदम स्पाइक आती है तो खराब हो जाता है उसका डीसी it is designed for suppose करो 5 amperes and the sudden spike can make it 7 amperes comes out 7 amperes उसका सर्किट खराब होगा थोड़ी देर बाद it is erratic.
Fine. Then we'll line for that.
Yes, we'll discuss individually, Harinderji. Manoj sir, thank you. Manoj sir has some query. Manoj sir from Chennai.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you just come back to the previous slide and on your testing modules? Here, I just want to have a small clarification. Why are you doing this anechoic chamber test? Can you just give me what is the output you are getting from this?
Okay, so sir, earlier we used to test our horns to check the dB level, a sound pressure level in a room, in a closed room where reflection of sound was there, so the accuracy of dB was not there. Post that we start using or checking our dB of horn in open air at a 2 meter distance through dB meter.
Okay.
So in that particular process, external noise, if any vehicle is passing, any person is passing on any birds or nature, air, so many factors were there. Again, the challenge was that the accuracy of dB is there or not. So we established this anechoic chamber. It cost us around 3.5 crore. So the advantage of this chamber is it is made with a special material. All sides of walls and top and bottom made with a special material which used to which is having small holes which used to absorb horn when absorb sound when sound
yes, sir, I know about this material. It is an acoustic material.
Yes,
it will absorb the sound, that's what. And how will you measure this into the output, which is going to give you the monitoring? So how are you going to measure this decibel with this acoustic materials? Because this is only a material which is going to absorb and it will not release it outside. It is not a reflective material.
Yes.
In such cases, how are you going to measure? How will you measure this decibels from a horn accuracy?
So you can see in this. Let me show you like this. Okay. So we have two separate stands there. So in this particular stand, we are having dB meter, which is actually fixed there. Okay. And this is the vice. It is also fixed, and the distance is 2 meters from here to here.
Okay.
We used to fix the horn here and blow this horn to check the dB, and we used to check it on a sample basis of 50 samples, 30 samples in a lot.
Okay.
to cross verify, we have separate chambers as well in shop floor where horn is assembled and manufactured. But to cross check, recheck that dB level or validate our chambers, we used to check our horns here as well. So this gives up the accuracy whether the calibration chamber at shop floor is giving proper data or validating it properly or not.
Okay, fine. But I have some more technical doubts in it, but later I'll just discuss with you in private. I don't want to interrupt.
Perfect. I've given my number here.
Yeah.
I've given my number here. You please call me.
Yeah.
So we can discuss this.
Sure. Thank you.
कल जो हमारा बात हुआ था हेडलाइट, और मनोज जी मैं एक और भी अभी जिनकी फैसिलिटीज है उनके बारे में मैं थोड़ा बहुत बताऊंगा। कल हमारा बात हुआ था कि हेडलाइट वगैरह किस तरह से यहाँ पे बनता है, और जो मैंने बोला था कि वीडियो है जो हेडलाइट का, तो मैं ऑलरेडी मैंने ढूंढ के रखा है वीडियो, बराबर। तो मैं फेसबुक पे है, मैं प्ले करता हूँ पूरा।
प्लीज दैट विल बी आवर प्लेजर।
कल सर ने बोला था वैसे ही है, गाड़ी का एक्सीडेंट होगा, गाड़ी का एक्सीडेंट होगा, लेकिन कुछ भी होगा तो हेडलाइट को कुछ नहीं होगा।
दीपन भाई, इसमें रेजोल्यूशन का प्रॉब्लम है। व्हाट वी कैन डू, वी कैन सेंड इट थ्रू and then you can share it with all the franchisee members.
Yes. दूसरा किसी को भी जो देखना है उनका माने शर्मा और जो फैसिलिटीज है, तो उनके ये फेसबुक पेज पे है ही, ये पूरा 5 मिनट का वीडियो है, तो आप वहाँ पे विजिट कर सकते हैं कभी भी। फेसबुक में ही है पूरा फैसिलिटीज। और मैं मिंडा के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत बताऊँ तो मिंडा लास्ट 5 साल से 120% के ग्रोथ पे चल रहा है कंपनी, बरोबर। इस पर जो मार्केट है, तो मार्केट वगैरह रेशियो से, और ये अभी भी आज भी आई थिंक सर हमारे ऑलमोस्ट सारे प्लांट चालू हो गए ना आज से प्रोडक्शन।
हाँ, पुणे का बाकी है, पुणे नहीं है, पुणे तो लॉकडाउन में ही है, बाकी सारी जगह चालू हो गए।
ग्रेट सर। यस कपिल भाई।
Excellent. Anybody from our team? Mubin sir, Gunjan bhai, Rajesh bhai, Vansh ji. Any queries? Any questions?
No.
Okay, because this is a fantastic, insightful understanding from what we have. Because this, I suppose, this is the first time that is happening in any kind of at least in a chain of multi-brand workshop chain. It is first time it is happening that such insightful knowledge this is used in our day-to-day operations, but to get so insightful of all this, it is really very hard. We are very much obliged with the team till late night for us and guiding us. And one more thing I would like to share, good news with the entire Minda team is that we had closed one more location today. We have signed up Patna. For one more business option and a great opportunity for Minda team to let us start operations at Patna as and when we start after the lockdown very soon.
Some Rajesh bhai have some question. Rajesh bhai.
No question.
Okay. राजेश भाई 4-व्हीलर में भी डील, उनका भी 4-व्हीलर का भी है, तो हमारा 2-व्हीलर का भी है और 4-व्हीलर का भी है उनके साथ। Anybody else? सर सारसद सर, एक मैं जो हमारा बात हुआ था, हम एक ईवी के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं। जस्ट शो यू एक स्मॉल वीडियो जो अभी हमने एक बनाया हुआ है ईवी। उसमें बहुत सारे हमारे ये भी पार्ट्स है इसके अपने मिंडा के ही पार्ट्स यूज करें, गोपी भाई से लेके।
ग्रेट सर, दिखता है, दिखाइए सर।
Thinking about your dream motorcycle? Well, imagine if you could transform a motorcycle according to your comfort and application without adding anything.
Video is not showing. Dipen bhai, video नहीं आ रहा। दिपेन भाई वीडियो नहीं आ रहा है।
The video is not showing. Playing.
ये ऑलमोस्ट लाइट वगैरह सब कुछ मिंडा का है।
सर वीडियो
दिपेन भाई
नहीं हुआ है।
वीडियो नहीं आ रहा है दिपेन भाई।
ओके, एक मिनट। एक मिनट। कहाँ गया वीडियो? आ गया। सॉरी। नाउ विजिबल?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
visible.
Okay.
That's really good.
सर ये एडेप्टेबल बाइक बन रहा है।
Enough to generate fatigue, which could lead to severe diseases such as limb dislocation, permanent deformation, and back pain. This fatigue during the ride could also lead to fatal accidents. This could be due to monotonous posture, vibrations, uneasy handling, riding shocks, jerks, and a lack of performance. So at motions, we set our steerings to the same problem. Our vision is to align nature and technology to create automobiles that have never experienced before. And Breeze was the first attempt to do so by using the traits of nature and technology. Hence, the result was the world's first adaptive segment intelligent electric motorcycle. Quite powerful, right? Well, then let's look at the Breeze to break it down. So the first trait that we integrated into the Breeze was adaptability. The Breeze is able to adapt to you and the applications and the states that you are going to ride. This is achieved by changing the form to provide the comfortable posture along with the performance. This is obtained by changing the mode through standard, sport, street, and cruise, or a custom mode which could be created according to your requirements. Therefore, the Breeze can adapt and encourage to a variety of riders and their riding styles. It's also equipped with a storage space which could fit a helmet and 2 water bottles along with charging ports for various devices. Hence, the second trait, utility. Breeze is powered by an electric propulsion system which provides us a top speed of 120 kilometers per hour in less than 6 seconds. It also provides us a range of about 150 kilometers, which takes about 3 hours to full charge in an hour's free of charge. Well, these are just few numbers expressing the third trait, that is performance. Into this journey of ours, we have secured various patents for the technology behind it. We have also been awarded Platinum Award at Makerspace 2020 for the best design, along with Best Award at Startup Fest 2020. We were recognized at NJ Innovation Village, also awarded at GISC Demo. We were also featured at various media channels such as TPL and TVP. Also, we are continuously experiencing an achievement of happy and excited individuals who have experienced it. Currently, we have our prototype ready to be experienced, and we are on a sprint to get these to the streets as soon as possible. We are a team of 5 people, including me, working with Shivash Tomar, Karthikeya Luhan, Mahesh Ladwa, and Dipen Bhai. Moreover, we are also recruiting to expand our team. All of this would not be possible without a persistent support system. So we would like to thank our parents, GTU Innovation and Startup Center Vadodara, its head Nikhil Suthar and his staff, Himanshu Patel sir and Neotechnical Technical Campus, Dipen Barai, and our team with all the helping hands who work with us with all their will to make motion-based possible. So thank you. Everything said till now is just a glimpse of the whole picture. So we would love to specially invite you to the test ride sessions of Motion Green. To register yourself, browse to the link below or scan the QR code. We will see you with the Breeze.
बढ़िया है सर।
सर ये
That's
सारे
really
पार्ट्स
interesting.
गोपी भाई के यहाँ से आए हैं, मिंडा के जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर हैं कृष्णास भाई, और कुछ भी चाहिए तो हम उनको एकदम परेशान करते हैं ये लड़के। तो गोपी भाई भी कभी कभार बोलते, मैंने बोला शुरुआत में होगा आपको थोड़ा बहुत तकलीफ, बाद में नहीं होगा।
बढ़िया है सर, लेकिन बाइक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है।
नहीं इंटरेस्टिंग, और सर हमने 6 पेटेंट ऑलरेडी फाइल कर दिए, उसमें से 3 हमारे सेंक्शन हो गए। अभी ये लास्ट प्रोटोटाइप है, और इसके बाद का जो प्रोटोटाइप बनेगा वो ARI के लिए ही बनेगा। ऑलरेडी 2 साल से काम चल रहा है यही बाइक पे।
That's really good. That's really good.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Great,
Yes,
sir.
Kapil bhai.
Yeah, Shashwat sir, Rajesh bhai from your team, thank you very much, sir. Anything you want to share, Ajit sir?
Nothing much, sir. Thank you once again for giving this platform, and once again to all the franchisee member, I would like to say thanks.
Great.
Yeah, and today from our team we have Mr. B.S. Rawat, who heads East. A big welcome to Mr. Rawat. And we also
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Rawat sahab.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Dipen ji, how are you?
Fine, sir. अभिषेक भी है, यही ग्रुप में अभिषेक भी है।
अच्छा, हाँ इसी में है ना अभिषेक जी, right? Okay.
Yeah, and we also have Tripur Bhai from Gujarat. He has also joined today. कल इनका जिक्र हुआ था।
Hello.
Good evening, Kapil bhai.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Dipen bhai.
Chopra sahab. Good evening, Chopra sahab. Welcome, sir.
We were missing you, Tripur, yesterday.
Yes.
And
Thank you, sir.
today we have blessings of Mr. Rajiv Juneja once again in this forum.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
Welcome,
Thank you,
sir.
thank you.
Welcome, Juneja sir.
Yeah,
And
and
it's fantastic forum.
yeah, and we have a super duper product champions Sugam, Harish, and Dev, who always rocks all the presentations. And today also both of them has done a fabulous job of explaining their products. And that's it from our side. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, sir. It is really very heartening to understand and learn from you. Mr. Upal had something. He has raised his hand. Just a last thing, discussion. Just a minute. Upal ji, anything? Harinder ji, anything from you? Okay, I think he's there. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you entire Minda team and the management team for joining and giving us so much insights and the opportunity to connect with you. And next week we'll keep Shashwat sir. We shall keep next week maybe sessions next week. Rajesh sir.
So next week we'll be having more sessions on other two-wheeler products.
Yes.
More
Right,
products
sir.
are there which we feel that we can close loop it.
Yes.
So
Right, sir.
maybe you and me will be coordinating and along with
Sure,
Rajesh
sure.
for next week when the
Sure.
timing, and we'll go ahead
Sure,
for
sir.
that.
Chain sprockets
Sure.
and chain
Yeah,
sprockets.
sir.
all the
mechanical products, all the mechanical products we can cover in the next 10. Yeah.
mechanical products. Yeah.
पर मैं हमारे सारे
Excellent.
फ्रेंचाइजी और सारे फोरम को बोलना चाहूंगा कि भाई जितने भी हमारे फ्रेंचाइजी अभी कनेक्टेड है, ऑनलाइन है, उनको सबको मैं बोलता हूँ कि आप मिंडा का फेसबुक पेज लाइक कर दीजिए, उसके ऊपर जाइए। हर एक प्रोडक्ट का अलग अलग उन्होंने वीडियो, मैकेनिक एक्सपीरियंस, एवरीथिंग वहाँ पे है। मिंडा कंपनी का प्रोफाइल तो है ही, उसके अलावा बहुत कुछ देखने के लिए हमारे लिए तो अभी लॉकडाउन है तो हमारे पास बहुत टाइम है। हम दूसरे कोई सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म फॉलो करें, उससे तो हमारे धंधे का जो है उसके ऊपर आगे बढ़े। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
Excellent. Shah sir, any thanking comments as always, sir? Shah sir.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for giving the opportunity.
Yes.
Shah,
Yes,
okay.
it was a really good. It was a very good and very informative. Yes, because I listening after a very long time. When we have studied, we have listened all these things. So it's a great. Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We all shall connect very soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for
Stay
joining.
safe. Stay safe.